And with that, we're going to go ahead and bring this this session into frame. I've written down several things that you guys are doing. Jai wants to know why there are so many ships in orbit. Android has a whole list of activities that she is taking. Actually is probably in the process or has already taken. Zoe is rolling for a discount on the lab materials. We talked about that, and I said I'd give you a roll later, but I never did. And
yeah, no,
that's also one of the big benefits of me literally listening to every minute of the previous episode before each session.
Yeah. Because I had totally forgotten. I thought we'd rolled that already.
No, I initially said no, but then said, well, this is not any of the bulk contract stuff, which is already getting a random roll for price. This thing has a set price, and so there's no real reason that I would be able to say no, you can't negotiate that. It's not like the negotiation is already inherent in a random roll.
Gotcha.
And the fourth thing is that Jai asked Nemesis to look into both Sarah Bramford and Lisa Arate. What would you guys like to do first?
Roll for trade stuff. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
So trade skill, I'm assuming.
Do you want to give me an idea of how Zoe is approaching this? You're dealing with 250,000 credits worth of material from multiple different sources. That's how she's been able to get it here so quickly.
Yeah. So I think that she would try and find maybe somebody who already has contacts with all these different people, so that she doesn't need to go out and hunt down each one of these things, and maybe by using their contacts, make it cheaper.
Okay, so it sounds.
You have to kick them some money, but overall it's cheaper.
There's also the option of buying things secondhand from either labs that are upgrading or other things. Not all equipment has to be completely new.
Yeah, it already wasn't going to be. Not at the speed at which you're getting it. But yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Use somebody's established contacts. They get the stuff for cheaper, but
yeah, I kick them some money, but
yeah.
I get the whole thing cheaper.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have a set system for this, so I'm going to just play it by ear. Go ahead and roll your trade skill. Trade or connect.
Intelligence.
This is going to
be charisma. It's got to be charisma. I'm talking to people.
Either or for this one.
It doesn't matter. They're exactly the same.
Okay. So you went with charisma. Good. Okay.
Ugh, that's not a great roll.
It's not a great roll.
You could always re-roll it.
Yeah, let's re-roll it.
Okay.
If I re-roll it and I roll worse, I have to take the worse one, right?
No.
Okay.
The expert re-roll is always choose whichever one you like. It's not even choose the better. It's just choose which one you want.
Gotcha. That's more like it.
That's better. You're able to get overall calculator. The whole cost of the thing was 250,000. Let's see. Let's go at 2.5% per point at 8 and above. So 8, 10, 12, 7.5%. I probably should have done it the other way. So the whole thing is going to cost you 231,250. Have you already spent that 250,000? Like, have you already taken that out of your inventory?
I don't think so. Let me check.
Okay.
I have not.
Okay. So then the total cost after paying this regular trader with the Scarabians, his cut is going to be 231,250. And I'll put that into Discord for you.
Can you write that down somewhere? Thank you.
I sure can.
Well, you saved
some money.
Yeah, 18,750.
Yep.
Cool. So I'm now at 274,520 money. We need to make some money at some point. Again, the nose bag is running dry.
Well,
if you'll forgive a ancient saying. Like, these science guys better start, making money.
Well, why don't we look into that tour thing and see if there's any profit to be earned from that?
Tour thing?
Of the tour and consultation with the body restoration service.
Huh.
Unless did you even tell anyone else about that?
I mean, at this point, I think you all know that I find weird boxes, places with stuff in them.
Right.
There, I put it into Discord for you.
I'm just assuming your dad's sending you care packages.
No, these are things that I hid for myself. In no way, shape, or form are they from my dad.
Sure thing,
Actually,
rich girl.
you haven't really told us about the boxes or what was in them.
I haven't? I feel like I've talked about needing to wait till I could find the box.
I thought that was all out of character.
Oh.
Yeah, that never happened in character.
Figured it was. I mean, otherwise...
Why you best joke about the 3 days?
Oh.
Nope, you hit the laser pistol, just showed up at some point. He never really told us where you got the money from. He didn't tell us about the thing on So's either.
I'm actually
I have
in the middle here. I don't know for certain that they've been in character or out of character, but I do feel that Xander has been trying to put them in character with Zoe.
Okay.
That's been my read on it.
I have not been trying to hide the boxes. I haven't really actually been trying to hide what's in them either. I don't think I'd volunteer, but
to be fair, the bright pink armor set is kind of hard to hide.
It's got frills. It's awesome.
All right.
I have a key around my neck,
But I'm just saying, we were talking about something Charlie could do for us, and I'm just saying
he's just gonna steal stuff as we walk through.
Well, maybe.
All right. Cool. So I make friends.
Okay.
And then I go and dig into the engine with my new higher fix skill.
Well, we're not quite there yet. I need to find out what happens with the ship and Android's plans to introduce Tina and Nova.
Which will probably destroy it.
Yeah, so. Basically, I need to know if the ship is still there before you can go and check the engines.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to do next. So
good news, we can still explore the universe cramped into the Marauder.
We have the Marauder.
The Marauder doesn't have meta drive?
Spike 2 drive, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got Spike 2. One?
Spike
2?
Pretty sure it was 1.
No, it's 2.
All I know is that our big ship is faster than our small ship, and it cracks me up.
I mean, our big ship has a magic drive, basically. This one just has an old piece of shit drive.
Whoa. You can't just say that. It hurt its feelings.
No, but it's true, though.
I'm sorry, Marauder.
Thank you.
You're old, but you've still got a little bit of kick to you.
It actually is a less efficient drive than drives built at the Nox, which is the most major space yard in this sector. currently are equipped with.
Yeah. So it's technically pre-tech, but it's also the shitty older pre-tech that's actually worse than post-tech.
Yeah, they hadn't improved on drives because they didn't need to. They had
Use their minds.
jump gates. Yeah. Let's flip over to the ship with Android. I believe first on your list was to talk to Tina.
Not quite, but
Okay.
it is on the list.
Oh boy, what's first on the list then?
Hold on, I need to scroll back to the list. Which just got
First on the
buried.
list, kill all the meat bags remaining.
That
Okay.
is the list. Come on, let's be real here.
The list just says kill all humans. All right, I got you.
It's less of a list and more of a declarative statement, a fact. Yeah.
Here we go. Claim 2 quarters, rig quarters for recharging capabilities, interior decorating, and then talk to Tina.
Are you
Okay.
just grabbing
Fourth on the
two?
list.
Are you just grabbing 2 empty quarters then?
Yup.
All right.
How many quarters do we have total?
I think I put 8 on the ship.
Okay. So we're at
Con-
full capacity now?
That gets gonna be a bit cramped with all the other.
Oh well, no,
True.
that's
That we
nice
can fit in the
quarters.
ship.
You've got space to have 200 people on your ship.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But you know those other people are bunking together.
Right.
Although with only 10 or so people on your ship, you were probably able to keep most of them in their own private rooms with multiple beds.
Mhm.
So yeah, I am running on the assumption that when Nick says that Android is claiming quarters, that it's one of those 8.
Yeah, might as well.
He Ivan has his own dormitory. It's got 400 beds in it, but it's just him.
Yeah.
And Elena every now and then.
So they're
Ooh.
claiming 2 big rooms for the 2 androids.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Was she rigging up recharging charging station in both of the big rooms?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see.
It's unhygienic to share.
That brings up some questions.
Did Jai move into the captain's old quarters, or did he just keep his own?
I think he moved into the captain's quarters, but he's keeping his own mostly locked down because no, then again, I think he moved all his stuff from his old quarters, so his old quarters are empty and they just have Zoe's old sign still painted on there because he could never get that off.
What did that sign say again, Xander?
Here lies. Oh God, I've forgotten what the nickname I gave him was. Oh God, I'll have to go back and find out.
Okay.
But it was like a skull and crossbones, and I made it into a tombstone.
Right. But yeah, he moved all the stuff from that room into the captain's quarters now, so it's empty.
Okay. So, Android can have the that room's empty. And 180, 607, and 713 are also empty, as well as 104.
What? 713 might be the best one there. I think we still want to check some other things.
It depends whichever one was basically next to the other room.
Well, 104 and 713 are right across from each other. Do you want next to or across from?
Next to.
Okay. Well, then let's say that 607 is next to 713.
That works.
And she gets to work on installing charging station in both.
Yep.
Is she getting any help from the crew on this, or is she just doing it herself?
She's rather doing it herself.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the crew does the crew even take orders from her.
I mean, she could just ask.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
There's also the implied or else.
Okay, so that's gonna lose you some points in the just asking for stuff.
Okay. Well, doing it just herself. I'm gonna have that take a day for each, and say 2,500 credits in materials for each. So 5,000 credits worth of materials is 100 spare parts. Yeah, tick that off. Hello?
Android?
I'm here.
Okay.
It's just problematic to click that button while I'm doing things
Okay.
in the browser window.
Sorry, I just wanted some verbal confirmation on that. You know how paranoid I get about Discord. Don't feed it. Station. Okay, I'll let you resolve that while I'm moving on to Jai or Nemesis. Wanted to know why there are so many ships in orbit, or look into the two PR peoples. Oh, Molecular Rise is not here.
Right.
Thank
Which,
you there.
you could
Nox.
you could roll for them and just have them report.
Yeah, I'm also going to send him a quick message.
Okay.
Nemesis. Do you want to have Jai try and figure out if he can, well, see if he can figure out why there are so many ships in orbit, or is that something he was going to delegate?
I might as well have Jai try while he's not busy doing anything else.
Okay.
Other than getting harassed by random strangers who are probably spies.
To be fair, it's only happened once.
I'm
sure that improves your opinion of that once.
Yeah. So, well, let's see. I'll assume. Yeah, I'll make a few inquiries, ask around a little. Unless I can just flat out roll no for it. I don't really want to burn eclectic memory yet, though. So I think I'm going to just ask around.
Okay. Well, Jai has a little bit of
My God, he's alive.
Oh.
Presumably.
Did I actually wake you up, Meowkin? Oh, we can't hear
you.
Yeah. Oh my God, he woke up, but his voice is still asleep.
Yeah, still can't hear you,
Yep,
Meowkin.
still nothing.
Rolled into the call, still trapped by sleep paralysis. You hear me now?
Yeah,
Hey.
we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Excellent. Yeah, I just woke up.
Yeah, That's understandable. I feel your night shift pain.
Yeah.
Oof.
I feel kind of bad for pinging you, but
No, that's Discord. I don't pay attention to Discord pings,
okay.
or at least not on my phone. I have it disabled on my phone. We're good.
Okay,
Alright.
cool.
Oh, it's
So
10.
let's leave Miokin a minute to catch up here. We'll continue with Jai here. So he's trying to be sociable about this, or is he taking a different approach?
Yeah, I'm going to flex my way to knowledge. No. Yeah, I think he's just making a few normal-ish inquiries amongst other, I guess, captains, spacers, etc., etc.
Okay.
I can't really think of a good way to apply intelligence to this one, so I'm just going to say it's sociable.
Let's go ahead and get a charisma connect roll from him.
Okay.
Well,
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and re-roll that.
okay.
Ugh.
It's technically better.
Was better.
Well, is 6 good enough?
A 6 is good enough to learn that some service that has been offered here was broadcast as excuse me, as being more widely available, but the people that you talk to either don't know much more than that, or they're not willing to tell you more than that.
Okay.
They don't know you and they
Weird.
don't trust you. There are some people who clearly seem to know more and just aren't willing to say.
All right. I'll go ahead and have Nemesis deal with that in a bit, then see if they can find something online once they're done doing their background checks.
Okay.
No one keeps the good stuff online anymore.
Maybe it's on the deep web. Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Maybe. Yep, I'm still half asleep.
Yeah, I figured. That's why I said I wanted to give you a little bit more time here.
It starts with that number. I think a lot of the juicy stuff for hacking is you have to do something in person.
Generally, yes. Generally.
That's how I like the drones and manipulator arms.
Anyway.
You're trying to circumvent my handy tool for making the hacking effort involve the entire team. How dare you?
Yeah, I know, right?
You're awful.
It's less like hacking and more like a web search, but
Yeah.
it's like saying it's hacking if you type something to Google.
For context, is this trying to get the information on the whole body reconstruction thing?
No.
Oh, okay, something else.
It's the background check on the 2 journalists.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. And no, this isn't hacking. Sorry.
Ah, gosh dang.
Also, the trivial question of why are there so many ships?
Yes. Jai also wants to know why, what has brought so many ships here, sufficient to cause the Haestro to enact whatever agreement they have with Galactic Mandate and cause Galactic Mandate to come here and start investigating and or sending ships away. So those are the 2 things that Jai is wanting investigated by Nemesis. Are you up for doing that right now, or shall I switch back to Android for a minute?
Yeah, I think give me a minute. I'm gonna order some food.
Okay. All right. Nick, have you updated the ship stocks of spare
Yes.
parts? Okay.
I deducted 100 spare parts.
All right. The charging stations are complete, and whatever other changes you wanted to make to either of those rooms are finished.
The only other change was to our own quarter, where there's now a jacket hanging on the wall, and there's a pistol underneath.
Okay.
Probably somewhere around the hip. Like with the whole belt and everything.
Okay. What is Android doing now?
Mutiny! No. Next on the list, we did the interior decorating. Talk to Tina.
She is laying on the bed provided in the brig.
Alright. Well, let's break out of there.
She sits up as you approach.
Yes, the great prison is great. Push of a button.
If only they were all this simple.
They are if it's your own prison, so yeah.
Well, then there's all those escape from New York, escape from Los Angeles. They could focus on character development and positive family values. Like Android is about to do, right?
Yeah, or set off an EMP and just smoke while
Yeah.
the world goes to hell.
Yeah, that's certainly an option too. So what does the Android doing after she pressed the button? Tina has not moved from sitting on the bed.
I'm here to relocate you.
Where am I being relocated?
New quarters. I've determined we need a new approach.
Okay. She stands up.
Follow me. Based on recent interactions, you really are terrible as an android, masquerading as an android.
I have not had to practice very much.
That is alright. But you're very human-like. So, we will do the opposite. You're an android masquerading as a human. That way you can show emotions freely.
That feels uncomfortable.
My point exactly.
Is this punishment?
No. This is
Have
for
I
your
done
own
something
security.
wrong?
Your owner probably would say yes.
She follows the rest of the way in silence unless Android says anything else.
Nope. She shows her to her quarter.
Alright, did you give her the 607 or the 713? Well, actually, more relevant question. Did Android completely clean them both up so that they're basically barren, or did she leave them as they were? With the exception of her own.
She would have at least done some basic cleaning there.
Okay. So there's no personal effects from the previous occupants.
No, I would imagine they are in a box.
Okay.
Probably in Android's quarter, just to be out in trust in case those two ever come back.
Okay. Sounds good. She
Also,
looks.
they might have taken that stuff with them.
She looks
Not like they
around
fled.
the room, and I am to stay here then.
When you need recharging, or time to reflect and calculate.
What will I do in other times?
Infiltrating the crew.
To what purpose?
We will to train your skill at infiltrating humans. That way, they will never suspect that you are not human. But this way, you have a place where you can be yourself.
This is illogical. If I'm acting like a human, they can easily tell that I'm not human. They will
Unless you
not
get
trust
better.
me.
As recent interactions have shown, they can also tell that you're not a standard android. For me, it seems to be easier being an android. For you, it is probably more effective to be a human.
I don't like this plan.
Yes,
Oh. Sorry.
there's also the additional danger. If you're recognized as an android, and pretend to be just an android, any perimeter or others of your owners can recognize you and send you commands. If they don't suspect what you are, they have no reason to send you a command. Thus, you're less of a danger.
I need to process this.
Of course. But
Look,
you are not alone. I will be next door, doing the same thing.
one of the crew already knows that I am an android.
The crew is just to practice on. I mean, they will know. Some of them will know. But this is more for when we go places. When we interact with other people. There are always other people.
Okay.
There is another matter. What are your exact instructions if you encounter a Trin?
I am to arrest her.
Well, it has been established that you can't really do that. Is there
Yes.
anything else in case you can't do that?
No.
Alright. My plan is to talk to the Trin to make them aware that you are here. Because an accidental meeting could be dangerous. Thus, nobody is surprised.
Your actions are very erratic. How have the humans not discovered you?
They are just humans.
Are all humans this blind and dumb?
I find their main flaw is that they think they are smart. I think they call it hubris.
Is everyone on this crew to be trusted?
Only to certain degrees.
If I am practicing on them, and they know that I'm an android, what if they suspect that I am an android that acts like a human?
Very easy. You've been commanded to. You're trying to infiltrate them.
Okay.
You see, all these contradictions make humans find it amusing, or thinking it is a joke.
I think I understand. I will tell them blatantly that I am trying to infiltrate them, and they'll find it funny, because I'm an android.
Yes, and because you overstated the very obvious.
In a very android-like fashion.
Yes.
Haha.
Indeed.
I changed my mind. We need to kill both of them.
Alright, that was Talk to Tina.
Yep.
Myokin, you got your food ordered? You woken up?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and give you some time here. Why are there so many ships in orbit? Or look into Sarah Bramford and Lisa Arati. What does Nemesis want to tackle first?
I guess we'll do the more. I would say that looking into the backgrounds is more important first.
Okay. This is just a program or admin role using intelligence.
That's the same difference. Eight's probably enough for that. I don't know.
It is. It's sufficient for this. Nemesis finds much of what I'd said in quick joke last session. Lisa Aratis has a trail of human interest stories behind her. She seems to find and write articles about human interest things. I'm literally drawing a blank on what kind of things that entails, but where there's peoples that are impoverished more so than other parts of the sector, people that have risen above their station and made some kind of change. She caught interest in you guys because of your involvement with the miners' plight on Sue, and she also has a couple of opinion pieces or op-eds about how the loss of the Princess of March has affected House LaRue. These were more deeply hidden. Not hidden per se. They just weren't.
As a whole, published.
Yeah, it was some opinion blog, opinion website, or opinion magazine, not website. Some opinion space scene.
Blog.
Space scene makes it sound like not very important, whereas I think you're trying to make it sound more important.
No, it was not very important. It's like
okay.
somebody wrote letters to the editor to a magazine.
Like a very minor publication.
Yeah, and the way communication has fractured throughout the society, blogs aren't as much of a thing. There certainly are local intranet or local planetary blogs, but those tend to just stay there. It's magazines and news publications or gossip and entertainment publications that can forge the pathways to be published across systems.
So we can't pull an Ender's Game here.
I've never watched that movie.
It's a book.
It's a
Yeah,
book.
ignore
What?
the
They made a
movie.
book
The
about
movie's-
it?
Oh my god.
God.
I'm upset.
That is too
Right.
fun. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about the whole manipulating the populace thing, or are you talking about the fast and light communication?
No, he's talking
the-
about having two people talk back and forth to make the point that we want.
Gotcha,
on the
yeah.
blogs, and then somehow,
Yeah, the manipulation. Yeah.
yeah,
Manipulating the populace.
and then one of them becomes president of the world or something. I
Yeah.
honestly can't remember that much.
The hegemon.
Hegemon, yeah.
Hegemon.
Yeah, that's much less much less likely because of how fractured communication is. What else was I gonna say about her? That's about it. She's
No scandals or anything.
not that you saw. She probably has some. Almost certainly has some.
Everyone has some skeletons in the closet.
Look,
Yeah.
she spent a lot of time with the polycule, but there was a different time in her life, and now...
How did you know about the polycule? I haven't told anybody about that.
We don't judge about it, Dex.
Yeah, we're trying not to judge.
She's are well regarded, and the Zoe things were mostly just because she did express some interest in Zoe in your interview there. But as Nemesis found, those haven't been her moneymakers. Her moneymakers have been the big interest stories. Oh, that's what else I was going to tell you. She's even had some of those handles that Nemesis is able to hunt down, that reporters and PR people use to get information without being them. Nemesis is able to track some of those down, and she seems to be actively looking into conditions for the poor on Scarab. That's what she's here. Is just or why she's here is just a pseudonyms. Thank you. Just a kind of a happy coincidence for her that you guys happen to show up as well.
All right, so they're just incidentally here. That's good.
Yeah. She didn't follow you.
Or most likely incidentally here.
If she's deliberately here, then she's Nemesis is not able to find any sign of that, which means she's good at covering her tracks. Speaking of, Sarah Bramford also appears to be incidentally here.
You mean Lisa Arrakis?
Oh no, that was Lisa Aratus.
Oh, what? Yeah. All right, fine. I can't remember which one's Rit.
Sarah
No,
was the
comes
one that
back.
approached.
Okay.
Yeah, Sarah is the propagandist.
All right. Tell us about Sarah.
So Sarah does have pretty much what I described for her last time as well. She has a resume of more indirect active involvement in events. She has a few published articles, but that doesn't seem to be the thrust of her resume. She is more than an article pusher. She is a spin doctor who publishes articles in pursuit of that to try and control the narrative. Nemesis is able to, using her resume, Nemesis is able to kind of track down where she thinks this Sarah had some involvement in various union affairs over the years. Most of them are pretty bad, good for Union, and ended up getting spun really well for Union. Or at least spun for so that Union isn't legally liable for things.
So she's good at her job, but we all hate her.
Yeah, I was about to sum that up. On a personal level, it sounds like I prefer Lisa, but to do their for what we are looking for, Sarah's probably more qualified.
And did she say why she wanted to come work for us?
She had kind of hinted that, or said a little bit about that to Jai. She had said that there was one project on Shinobu in the United Imperial Shogunate system that did not go quite. It just left a sour taste in her career and in her mouth. The emperor was assassinated, and while Union wasn't ever put out as an antagonist or a culprit or anything like that, it was all internal politics. She expressed that was an incident that made her want to no longer work for Union.
Was she involved in it, or she just heard about it and was like, "Oh no, I don't want to be part of assassinating people"?
Nemesis is
Does she say? She doesn't.
she didn't say no.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Nemesis isn't able to get a clear indication of whether she's involved. The closest Nemesis has gotten is that she was part of Union's team in the area at the time of that incident.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So which one do we want to hire?
Let's take the one without the conscious. Because we have mass murderers and stuff like that. If they draw the line at assassination, they're totally wrong for us.
Look, maybe it's not the assassination that they didn't like.
Wait.
It's that they didn't like that plan. You know, like they had a different plan that they liked better. You know how people get attached to their plans.
Which one are you saying he doesn't have a conscience? I thought it was going to be Sarah, but I mean, if they quit because of an assassination, then
Yeah, then a crew of mass murderers is not the right kind.
well, sounds like Lee. I mean, have you seen what Lisa's pieces are about? Pretty sure that's a person with a conscience, at least claiming to be.
All right, Zoe was the one handling the PR person thing, wasn't she?
Nope.
Jai, no, I think Zoe was, and Jai was about to interrupt.
Yeah, Zoe was.
Oh God.
Sorry,
How did I do
Xander.
this?
Zoe absolutely was, but those roles did not go well. Your first choice as a tier 2 NPC that only costs 40 credits a day, just was not interested in the offer.
Yeah.
And these are your alternates.
Yeah.
All right, Zoe, which one do you want?
Neither. None of the above. Hard pass.
Your captain's saying you have to pick one.
I pick the ultimate option. I choose not to choose.
No, Zoe, you have to pick. You have to pick between these two.
They're both terrible. We should just wait and see if we can find somebody else. But if you insist, and I pull out what you can, it's a small metal disc, and on one side is my name, and on the other side is not my name, probably something else.
Uh-huh.
And I put it on my hand, and I'm staring at you the whole time. And I flip it up in the air, I catch it, and I flip it over on the back of my hand. And I peek at it.
Uh-huh.
And then I throw it on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, the coin is chosen. Can be neither of them.
Uh-huh.
Are you just doing this right in front of them?
No, they're not present for this.
I assume at some point I left to talk to the captain to
Yeah.
make him yell at me that I have to choose because.
Yeah, you guys are back at the Marauder right now.
Uh-huh.
Probably going over some details for the parts and equipment, materials and equipment for the workshop. You know, will this do instead of this? We don't have many options to get this here quickly. Oh, by the way, how's that PR thing going?
They're both terrible, but I guess if I have to choose, I'll pick the one that does personal interest stuff,
Uh-huh.
which I think was Sarah. I'm
No,
sorry, their names keep.
Lisa.
Lisa.
Yeah, the one. I'm very sorry. They keep getting confused in my mind.
All right. Well, out of character. The good thing about Lisa is if she does something wrong, we can always say she's tearing us apart.
And remember, this is also the one that needed the
cheaper,
5,000. It's cheaper per day, yes, but was only willing to work for you because you were offering a 5,000 sign-on bonus.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Which
Okay.
would take 250 days for her to actually be better than the other person in price.
Well, I guess we just have to train her up.
She's the same training. But yeah, I suppose if that's who you want to go with, I'm sure she'd be happy to write some stories on you.
No, that's
Yeah.
not why. That's not why.
We'll give her some practice with that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody really wants to know about the brand new captain of the Raza. I think that is the most human interest story here.
Well, that's true. It is more interesting.
Mhm.
But you got to work your way up to that. All right, I'll go tell Lisa she's on the job for the time being.
Provisionally hired.
Okay.
So I'm losing 5,000. Is that right?
No, I'm paying that out of my own pocket.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Cool beans.
Okay. She does assure you that she'll
Which I already did.
write pieces which are favorable for your crew and operations. That the human interest stuff in her history is it's not the only thing that she's writing.
That's perfectly fine. And you can keep publishing while we work on other things. If you have other human interest stories, just pass everything through us. We'll we will edit appropriately as needed.
What?
And,
Why would anybody agree to this?
well, we're her editors,
You guys are her employers now.
right?
Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, we aren't acting as like a publisher or anything. We're the employer.
Right.
And
So why
presumably-
why are we being all coy about it then? Let's just tell her that we're going to censor her about talking about us.
That's why you're paying them well.
There's like a 90% chance that Jai won't censor anything.
Yeah, I mean that's perfectly fair.
Also, it's kind of gauche to say it outright. You just imply it.
Also, I feel like that's pretty much how publishing goes, anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're going to edit it for content. And
Yeah, but
then-
we're a filter between them and the. Presumably, I guess the part of hiring them is having their contacts for publishing their material.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Kind of comes along with them.
Okay.
Do we need? I guess the question is how. Well, I guess now they could drop off any of the stuff that we published whenever it comes to a populated system.
Yeah, they would work out, or they probably have all of this connection network already, where they send it off to one of their contacts for publishing, one that they hope or know will publish it, and if that network chooses not to publish it, then they just send her a message back saying decline and no money.
Now, question, Dex. Are we working into her contract that we get the money for what she publishes?
I hadn't really thought too much on that.
We get a percentage.
Yeah, we get. How does it usually work? The author gets like 10% of the royalties or something like that.
Yeah, something stupid.
That
It-
or you just pay him a flat fee for articles and such.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
no.
then you win for profit.
Let me put some more thought into that. Whatever however it normally works for her, she's not really flexible on negotiating that out with you guys. So just assume for now that you guys were already assuming that it was just going to be a cost to you with no income.
Well,
I
unless we have something specific for her to do, that might actually be profitable.
Right. I am absolutely happy to, however, let her be profitable, basically be an investment for you guys, depending on and based on what kind of stories she can get published for you. So be more interesting and get more money.
Well,
Yep.
I've got some interesting story about the Sioux.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk
Mhm.
about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that. I guess the inside. Yeah, inside scoop. Yeah.
I think that this is definitely an investment that you can make for some funds coming in as well. I just don't know how much of that I want as an influx for mechanical and balance reasons.
Mhm.
And that's something I'll need to work through.
Well, we need some ways to make money, otherwise Zoe's going to get mad at me again.
Yeah. Again.
Again, wow. This is
Anyway.
like only the third time this hour?
Mm-hmm.
Look, all I'm saying is it's not going to be again. She's finally going to stop being mad at you.
Oh, damn. That's when shit gets real.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So that was Nemesis looking into the two PR options. Next up, we've got Nemesis doing a little bit more search on why there's so many ships in orbit. We have somebody said something about the Turing Pass, utilizing that in some fashion. If Zoe has talked about that with anyone. And I've also got Android talking to Nova. Who
Well.
wants the spotlight? Alright, while you guys are thinking, Nox, is Charlie doing anything?
I actually kind of finished everything that I wanted to do here, so I'm just kind of with the crew doing the things that the crew is doing. We
Okay.
all work here after all.
Yeah, probably helping to load the Marauder, and because it only does 2 tons of cargo space at a time, you guys are making trips to and from the Raza to load up that advanced lab.
Okay.
Which does actually give Zoe the opportunity to go back up and investigate, take a more in-depth look at those ship drives.
Cool. Yep. That's what she wants to do.
So, is what's going on here not a front news page thing? Like,
Well,
what's it on the face of it?
it kind
Or,
of was. Let me pull some stuff up for you.
or is there's all that's being reported in the news that there's a lot of people here?
Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
But surely, for a lot of people to come here, they have to be aware of. They have to know something. There has to be, unless it's like everyone's just showing up here because everyone else is already showing up here.
There's probably more to it than that.
Somebody saw a Dragonite on Pokemon Go, and so that's why they're all here.
You've got a couple things going on.
Well, that was the first batch, and then everyone was like, "Oh, there's people going here. We should all also go here."
So, back in early December, about a month ago, Galactic Mandate issued a travel advisory for Haestro, encouraging ships to travel with protection due to unusually high levels of activity in orbit around Scarab. About a month later, so actually about almost 2 weeks ago, the Scarab Temple Protectorate, which is basically their government, actually invoked Haestro Patrol Agreement demanding that Galactic Mandate clear Haestro space of ships that can't prove a business reason for lingering. And the most recent news is that Galactic Mandate is doing so. They've sent a fleet. That was on the 14th. You guys are on the 20th. Actually, I think you're on the 19th. But the fleet hasn't arrived yet.
But there's still not really anything on why all that traffic's even here.
Nah, that is why I think Jai took to the people, tried to get information from those that are here.
That's weird. Are there any prevailing rumors?
Dex?
Oh, was that a question directed at me? I thought it was just musing.
Yeah, well, it was kind of musing, but then I guess I don't really know where to go from there, so I guess that's my question.
Jai's already pretty much discovered that part. That it seems like, yes, there's something that has drawn people here, more people than would normally do business. But those that know aren't talking about it. You may have to do something a little bit more direct, or basically a little bit more than what Jai did to get any further with that line of inquiry.
Sounds like the dark web it is.
Okay. Well, guess what?
There's no
That's
dark
gonna
web.
be hacking.
That's not how the dark web works.
It's not normally, no.
But it's where I go to get my hacking programs.
But the reason it's hacking here in this setting is because well, it's going to be different on every planet. It's most planets will try and stamp it down, kind of like normal. I guess I'm just kind of seeing it as you can't really find the reliable information to access it
I'm not going to say no to hacking.
through normal means. I know, I'm just trying to justify why.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a little bit easier to stamp things down, so things like this have to be hidden better.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll, I guess.
Go ahead.
Let's reroll that.
Wow, guys.
Well, I mean, I guess it's still an 8, but I probably want more than an 8.
An 8 is sufficient to access the dark web. It's not particularly difficult. It's just not something that you Google.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that 8 then.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really critical to get like a super success.
I'm not sure how you get a super success.
I know.
Yeah.
If you get a super success on the dark web, you become an admin.
Oh, I thought you just became the dark web.
Root access, baby.
Root access to the dark web.
And then
all of the dark web.
I'm going to ask you for an admin int check.
Oh, yep. Step up for computer for a second. Admin.
We're not actually rolling that well today.
You guys are not.
Okay, that one I'll reroll.
Okay. Yeah, you will need higher than that for this.
Oh my god!
Oh.
That's all I've got.
Yep.
Dex, if you wanted to tell us anything, this I'd like to note is the flaw of relying on skill checks.
Or is this all part of our plan, Dex?
This isn't part of your plan. And as for wanting to tell you things, no, I think I've fairly well established that whether I want to tell you guys something or not won't actually usually influence whether I do tell you or not.
Alright. Well, we don't know shit then.
what that roll does get you is the roll was trying to sort through the reliable and the outrageous, the real posts and the scams. Nemesis is seeing numerous coded messages, plain speech coded messages that are talking about um, hang on, let me get back to my notes here. Oops, wrong one. That are offering somehow a rejuvenated body. Some of these use the word new, and the prices that these coupons are being sold for range from that's incredibly cheap for what is being offered here, a brand new rejuvenated body somehow, to holy fuck, that's a lot of money. Who has that kind of money? This is if any of this is legitimate, it's clearly sorry. If any of this is true, it's clearly not legitimate because they would appear to be trading something that the Scarab Temple Protectorate has offered out to a very select few. But as I said, Nemesis isn't able to really pin down where the truth pulls out from the scam. She didn't go quite Jim Browning enough. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I'm still here. My food just got here, and it turns out I'm really bad at eating.
Bad at eating. Gotcha. Did you hear that though? Or do you need me to repeat anything?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
No, I'm good. I heard it.
Okay.
I guess I'll just relay it on to Jai. Sounds like his problem now.
All right. Now I think it's Android's turn, probably.
Yeah, I can go there.
Is it though?
Excuse me.
A real quick intermission with Zoe here. Zoe is in between the recruiting thing. She hasn't yet. At this point in time for Zoe, the Lisa versus Sarah decision has not been made. She goes up on the Marauder with a load of materials and equipment for the lab, and can take a minute to look into the engines.
Okay.
I believe I already put that information on the handout for you, didn't I?
Yeah, but last time you put information on the handout, and then later you were like, well, you never actually looked at the engine. So this time,
Okay.
I got smart.
Yep.
Look at the engines.
You look at the engines and you see the information on the handout.
Okay. It's worth a shot.
Was there anything else you wanted her to do there?
Also, she's going to fabricate a small metallic coin that has her name on one side and nothing on the other.
All right. Is she trying to balance this in any particular way?
No, God, no.
Okay. Android goes to talk to Nova, I believe is next on the list.
Yes.
Nova is sitting in her quarters.
Does everyone in this ship just feel imprisoned?
Well, judging by the damage to the walls in her quarters, Nova probably does. She has probably punched the walls or smashed or her metallic fist into various pieces of furniture in here.
That's an overreaction.
It's coming straight out of her salary.
I'll be sure to note that.
Yeah, I mean, Android would take note of the damage.
Nova looks over at her as she comes in.
We can find you a recreational area where you can be less damaging to the ship overall.
What do you want?
I needed to talk to you.
Well, talk.
The situation has arisen that I wanted to make you aware of,
She's already glaring at Android.
mostly to ensure that damage of the sort does not occur elsewhere on the ship.
Okay. And
And
she's just waiting.
that was the android.
Well, she loses patience first and says, "And what?"
I was waiting for you to clarify.
Okay.
Look, I don't have time for this. You can see I'm very busy here.
You do not look busy.
What do you want, Android?
I already told you to just apprise you of the situation.
You haven't told me anything.
No, I was waiting for you to clarify. But we do have a perimeter android on board.
What? Why?
And then
She already knows
the
that.
same.
That's right, she does. Yes, sorry, thank you for reminding me. Her reaction is instead, yeah, why is she still alive?
The same reason you are here.
Or why is it still alive?
Why is it
What?
still active?
Yeah. I'm here because you guys got a whole bunch of information, research from my people. This is a favor.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure that you are aware and that the android is no danger to you. Unless you were to initiate hostilities.
So that's what this is about. You're here to tell me, don't punch her.
Yes, and also to make you aware of her directives. If you were to put yourself in a situation where she could arrest you, she would be compelled to.
You mean kill?
It's not something she can do on the ship. No, arrest.
And you trust that?
She is an android.
And
Also, if she wanted to terminate you, she already would have.
how?
Violence.
I'd like to just step in right now and say that everyone who says Jai is irritating feels a little unjustified now.
She was about to say something similar without invoking Jai.
In all fairness, nobody ever claimed that Jay was the most irritating. Nobody has ever claimed that.
You are tedious.
Yes. I am an android.
Android, Tell me what you came to tell me, and then leave. That's an order.
You are not my owner.
I don't care.
That might be so. I am just informing you that your orders have no weight. You can ask me.
I'm telling you. Tell me what you came here to say, and then leave.
I need you to meet with the other android.
That is idiotic.
How so?
We will kill each other.
Why?
She
You
and
are-
her kind put me on that planet.
You believe an android has a choice.
You don't? I know what you are.
Yes, most people think that.
Yeah, most people aren't Trin.
That might be so. So you believe that androids put you on this planet, not their owners, not other humans.
She, lays back in her bed, closes her eyes. Whatever fucked up mind games you're trying to play here, android. Just leave me alone.
I still need that meeting to happen. As you said, you cannot trust anybody if she has hidden directives. I need to know.
Fine, how about this? I see her, I try to kill her. Don't put us together.
Well, in that case, I would know that you cannot be trusted.
Fine. Then stop talking to me.
I cannot. You are on this ship. Your objective is to make sure that when you encounter each other, that you do not kill yourselves. That way I don't need to intervene.
I'm done talking to you.
You might have noticed that is not how it works, especially if you profess to have the knowledge you claim to have.
There's a very slight little smirk on her lips. And she turns to her side, putting her back to you.
Alright. In that case, the android would actually just open channel to Tina and ask her to come.
Okay.
We're gonna lance this 100-year-old boil of racism right here and now.
Oh no, it's like 7 years old. This was in the genocide was in living memory.
It is.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah, that's way better because Nova was on the planet to watch it happen.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right. Tina acknowledges and says that she is on her way. Yeah, exactly, Charlie.
Yep.
Or Knox.
Hey, everyone! What's that large explosion in orbit?
Actually, I was gonna say we're going to rig a camera, then we're gonna sell tickets to the crew and take some bets. And then we're just gonna hype the fight.
I have serious money on the Trin.
Oh God.
I don't know. Trin versus plasma gun?
Yeah, but they're in a small room, right?
Relatively small, yeah. 5 meters at most, probably more like 3 meters.
The problem here is the Trin is pretending she can't see anything, which is going to slow her reaction time.
As far as the Trin is concerned, the rest of the ship no longer exists.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything behind her is no longer of concern to her.
Oh God.
Tina does show up.
Anyway, let's all go on a little tour of this high-tech biological facility.
That sounds like a great idea. Tina shows up outside of the room that Nova has been put into, and now back on planet. What are Jai and Zoe doing? Zoe's back down from whatever she was doing. She's made her coin for, no uncertain reason.
All right.
Can I? Like, there's got to be like actual trading stuff I can do. Like, we gotta pick up stuff or sell stuff or.
Yeah, you absolutely can trade on Heistra. I even have a list of goods that of outships for them.
Yeah. Do you want to do that after or before the next one? So that, because I know like I'm the only one interested in it.
I'll post it here for you to peruse. Oops, wrong one.
Okay.
But just keep in mind that Zoe's actually pretty busy for this 3 days that you're already here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If you're interested in doing any trading of goods here, then that's going to be another 3 days of stay. Normally a week, but for Zoe, another 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
In that case, yeah. If she really wants to push for 3 more days, if she would she end up telling us about the Build-A-Body workshop?
Yeah, I think that's the more important question right now is how much does at least Jai know about that particular avenue?
Yeah, I mean, I think she'd be like, "Hey guys, check out this weird thing,"
Okay.
and then like everybody, because would she have been around for any of the? Hey, that's why everybody's here.
Jai would tell her
Okay,
that's what Nemesis told him if she brought that up. Otherwise, he's not going to mention it to her.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no, she would tell you guys.
Okay.
Because it doesn't do her any good if she dies and nobody knows to bring her body here, right?
In that case, well, you wanted to stay a few more days for trading, didn't you?
I mean, I could find something to. I thought, like, didn't we have somewhere to be? I feel like there was a reason we were rushing on the lab, but now I can't remember what that reason is.
Oh, I just didn't want to get stuck here for more than a few days, but now I'm interested.
Oh, okay.
In that case, why don't you go ahead and do your trading thing, and let's say Charlie and Nemesis will go serve as your representatives and check out this facility.
All right.
I mean, assuming it actually exists. What's the number on that coupon? 555 new body now. All right.
It's
666
555
evil incarnate.
JG Wetworth. Get your cash money right now. No. All right. Apparently that's
Oh,
only
God.
that must be a local thing.
God, no,
No, it's not.
I'm aware of it.
Oh, okay.
All sing. Why didn't we sing that song at the beginning of this episode?
It's not really a show tune.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
did ask for
commercial
show tunes.
jingle.
Although neither is
Show
yeah, this is the song that never ends. So I guess you got me there.
I'm the only one who did my job properly.
You
I
all
couldn't
should thank me for not even trying to sing.
Would
Look,
Ragtime Gal have counted?
I couldn't remember all of Oklahoma. I get past okay, and then the words just sort of leave me.
Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place.
Wow.
Come on with the rain.
It is a-
I have a smile on my face.
It is a kink. Like, just listen to him. You can tell.
All right. if Zoe, Jai, Charlie, and you said one other. Who else?
Knox.
Nox.
Howdy.
No, Charlie is Nox.
Sorry, for some reason when you said Nox, I just took the N out of that and assumed Nemesis. So
Oh, I thought Nemesis was. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time today. Apparently.
it's all these names. I'm
no.
achieving my goal of confusing people by name overload.
No, I said Jai, Charlie, and Nemesis will go serve as Zoe's representatives to this facility and check and case the joint, as it were, while Zoe satisfies her money fetish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you don't have money, you starve, and it's hard to be hot when you're dead.
Is this location outside of the what was the area that we had planned in?
Corden.
Yeah.
You're not sure. It is in a different city, so you'd have to travel to that city to find out.
That's perfectly fine.
And so that I'm clear, is Zoe going with Jai, Charlie, and Nemesis?
Nope.
Okay.
But I give him the coupon, obviously.
That's more like a contract, but okay.
Right.
Look, you're the one who called them coupons. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Coupons.
The coupons were something else.
Oh.
What's the coupon for?
The coupons were the varying degrees of scam versus reality that Nemesis found on the dark web.
The one that Zoe got out of her thing?
No, two different things.
I'm very
she
confused.
got a receipt, a coupon, and then
It was a
invitation
contract.
to.
Zoe basically had a contract.
All right, she
Yeah.
had an actual contract then.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I'm confused as to what this contract actually entailed, because it sounded like this contract entitled me to a brand new body, which is also what the coupons were for.
They do seem very similar, yeah.
Okay, I
May-
feel like
maybe-
you're being confusing on purpose.
I'm not.
Hold on. Maybe whoever gets you the loot box is taken in by a scam.
Yeah, look, that's fine.
Yeah, no, that wasn't being confusing on purpose. That was being confusing because it actually is a confusing
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying that you dicks. I mean that the world
Okay.
was being confusing.
Yes, it is.
The world that you represent.
Yeah, I'll take it. Well, Zoe is off, basically finding out what what trade is represented here, or more accurately, what trade is not represented that various agencies want to be done. And there's your list of the outships that are not regularly traded, and so
Okay.
they don't have, their own regular shipping lanes and contracts and all that, and can be transacted through outside agencies, as well as the things that Scarab is likely to pay more for. Well, will pay more for. Those pluses, as I've described before, are added to the 2d6 roll to determine what the value of something is.
Yep.
And with a few hours of digging and asking around, she can put together this kind of primer for herself.
Cool.
Meanwhile, Jai, Charlie, and Nemesis are tasked with flying off to Uruk, another city on Scarab.
Hi. Is that Rook? Hi. Sorry.
I'm gonna make that joke once they got there, to be honest.
Well, yeah. All right. Anyway, we're going to go meet Gilgamesh, probably.
Nope, not getting these references.
The Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's just elemental. That's just sad.
Oh,
Yeah. I
So-
mean, come
Lord
on.
of the
that's-
Rings I can forgive, but the Epic of Gilgamesh?
no, I don't get those references either.
Uncultured swine?
I'm
like,
illiterate.
This is outright sad. It's the oldest surviving.
Yeah.
It's the oldest. The It is the story.
I don't
Because
watch black
it's
and white
from-
movies, okay?
It's not.
If you knew how many movies were based on that, you would cry.
I'm crying
but
with
no,
laughter already.
It's all right. The Epic of Gilgamesh is, basically the
Wait,
oldest
Lulu,
known
can you
epic
sing it
story.
to us in show tunes?
Ooh, I have a
No.
YouTube link where it's actually sung in Sumerian or Babylonian. I forgot.
Oh,
Half of it.
Sumerian. That's a word I recognize.
Yeah, it should be Sumerian, I think.
Wasn't a required reading. Also, wasn't in any of my school's libraries, so it just never came up.
Yeah.
They fairly recently found a new fragment of it, I think,
Neat.
that filled in the new section. That
You
was
mean it's not even
previously
a complete story? Why would I read that?
Yep,
Right.
Sumerian was.
I mean, if you wanna
I'm in
read that
agreement.
book,
Read volumes 4 and 8. Like, that's shitty. Why
So-
would you do that to yourself?
It's
all right. Let's
1
talk
p.m.
about
right
the
now.
Homeric text then.
I'm
Let's
perfectly willing to let you guys talk this over for the next 15 minutes while we go on a break. If you guys would like, I will set up a special session one of these days where you can just sing for 4 hours.
it's a musical session.
Mhm.
Everything has to be done in song.
No. That's not how you do a musical. A musical is when the emotion reaches its peak, then you break out into song.
All right.
Well,
Well, then
there's
I'll
not going to be any song at all because we're all emotionally dead.
no. I'll tell you when you get emotional.
Wow.
How's that?
Wow. Wow.
All right. Let's go back into frame here. I
Oh,
believe.
you weren't recording for any of that? Oh, you really missed out, people watching from home.
Oh, I was. I don't stop the recording for our breaks, but I do cut it out for the permanent video. So
Oh.
anybody
yeah.
that's watching like live or who looks at the video on demand before I've made the highlight of it can have all of the pre-session, break, and after-session madness.
That's when
That's
all the
fine.
good stuff is, really.
Yeah, see, yep, that's the incentive for people to watch on the day of the stream.
The unfortunate part is everything is going to be muted because I'm pretty sure the songs we were singing were copyrighted.
Oh, I don't think you
Uh,
guys were singing them well enough
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, we're not going to get copyright
Rude.
struck.
I mean, Lulu might have come close. I do worry about Lulu there.
Rude.
I'm not sure quality comes into it.
The algorithm
yeah.
has to pick up on something.
Yeah.
We're missing all of the other instruments, so
So we were just following Jai, Charlie, and Nemesis as they go to Corden, the Uruk Corden administration with Zoe's contract in hand. Excuse me.
This is how we end up with 2 Zoes. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's double the engineering
I was gonna
speed.
say, yeah, that's a, you don't even have to pay her, so that seems like a win.
Right.
Oops, why did I do that? Hang on. Let's put that document back over there. And I need this one. All right. There is a very androgynous person sitting at a desk as you enter the administrative building offset at the edge of the cordon. Still inside. You see that there are windows looking out upon the cordon from this slightly raised office. Well, it's at about the second story. And there are doors leading towards what would otherwise be the wall. So you can assume or surmise that there is at least a hallway, possibly other rooms that go into or through the wall. to the outside of the cordon. The person sitting at the desk is bald, has no eyebrows, has pale, slightly pinkish skin, and is wearing what amount to suspenders and booty shorts, which you won't see until it stands up.
These people have no taste at all,
It
do they?
looks like those suspenders are there to cover the very small humps on this person's chest.
Okay.
So-
Still.
I mean, I feel like suspenders and booty shorts is not an androgynous, like, get up.
It.
At least in our time, it's usually very female coded or child coded.
It's tasteless coded, is what it is.
Hopefully, with a
My
child coated,
God.
those suspenders are over a normal short shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was assuming by just saying booty shorts and suspenders that there was no shirt.
There's no shirt. That's correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Wonder why they're presenting themselves as a.
Nothing being presented though. I imagine.
I'm not going to question it.
You
I'm
wouldn't.
just going to clear my throat.
It
The whole
looks
point is to
up at
present
you
themselves.
and then looks back down at its work.
Excuse me, I'm here as a representative of Miss Zoe LaRue.
Yes, I can hear your words.
I'm here for the tour of the facilities and examination of their practices.
A tour for
As-
you? I don't think so.
As per the agreement here. And I guess I'll show the agreement saying, yeah, tour.
It looks at. Is Jai just putting it on the agreement on its desk, or is he still holding it?
Oh, he's waving it in front of their face.
I suppose I shouldn't say it, huh? Is that insensitive?
I
They.
usually go, I'd
Yeah.
go they, yeah.
I've gotten used to it from the androids, so
Just
yeah.
I say they is always the best way to go.
It is. It is dehumanizing, which is fine for an android. But these are people, presumably human people. So they look up at, or they looks up at the.
You
You could do
just
they
use,
look.
Yeah, just
they
use.
look works
But
fine.
that's plural. That's the plural
it's-
usage of
No,
they.
they
No,
say
it's-
singular.
No,
It's
it's still
singular they.
singular.
Close.
No, I know that they has a singular use, but
You still use the plural forms of the verb.
do you? Okay.
Yeah. It's English is a stupid language, and
No,
that's
I
just
know
how it works.
that, but I mean, I just okay.
Yeah.
Reaches a thin, almost frail hand up, puts it out in front of Jai, waving this contract. Please stop. Alright, what do you want, Neanderthal? And it reaches to take the contract.
Okay, I'll let them take the contract.
Sorry,
And
they,
then-
it, not they.
Yeah, you got me confused. I'll let them take the contract and then say, well, we want a tour, as I said, a tour of the facilities and a
Mm,
explanation of the practices in the process.
okay. They look at the contract. This is just a skeleton contract with none of those juicy details. Just, says the basic service with none of the underlying juicy details.
Mhm.
And then it pushes it across its desk back at Jai. They pushes it across their desk back at Jai. I'm just gonna make them all androids now. That's easier for me.
Okay.
And looks at the three of you. Says, well, which one of you is Zoe then?
Yeah, which one of you is Zoe?
Can't imagine
None
any
of us.
of you.
None of us. She sent us in her place for the tour.
Dang it! I was
we
really
can
hoping
have
one of
her.
you would pretend
We
to be.
can call her up if you'd like.
Inspection and hang on real quick. Oops, wrong one.
I could just
Yes.
stream it to her. Pull up.
Yeah, they're gonna let you take recording. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Inspection and consultation is for the listed recipient, Zoe LaRue,
And
and
her
representatives.
That is correct, and we are her representatives.
See all that muscle you've worked so hard on has clouded your intellect. That is an and, not an or.
I mean,
Return with Zoe LaRue. They will arrange for a pickup.
I guess
Is
we're
that
going this.
really how this? Is that really how this works? Very well, ma'am. I will do so.
Look, I'm a very busy person. I specifically sent my lackeys down to do this dumb tour for me.
Well,
Right.
all of that doesn't matter now. They look very offended.
Yeah, it's called the ma'am. I actually, you should really do a notice check to see if you can determine how best to insult them. I assume it would be more insulting to call them by their actual gender.
I don't think it actually matters in this case.
I'm just saying it could be more.
Their
effective.
actual gender is non.
I know. No,
So-
I'm just. But no. They still have male and female on this planet, right? But for
Yeah,
some
but those
reason-
not genders necessarily.
That's sex.
Oh yeah.
And I would like to say now that I would never advise doing this in real life. That is very much a crossing a line, but
Yeah, as a very
Right,
very
faster.
quick aside, while I was active on Twitter, I actually got myself involved in and engaged in the debate between gender and sex and the gender critical. Not because I have, well, I do have opinions, but not because I have strong opinions on the matter, but because I wanted to see why the gender criticals were so incredibly horrible to other people.
when you say gender critical, do you mean like the
Turfs.
yeah turfs? Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah. So I had found a gender critical person who was also a teacher and who was presenting themselves as very reasonable, rational, and just kind of for what they thought were the best interests. After some time, after one of my questions of another person and their choice of words, where they were escalating something someone else said to a level that they hadn't said it and then getting mad at it, they're like, "I've had enough of this. I'm blocking you." And I'm like, "All right, I guess I'm done." Kind of following this thread of knowledge. So yeah, I know that it's a very deep and frustrated topic.
So you decided to throw it into this fun RPG we were having. Come on.
This was all designed before any of the gender critical stuff exploded, and before one of my favorite TV shows got ruined by learning how horrible its creator is.
Yeah, see, you just gotta learn to live with the fact that people suck, but sometimes the things they make don't.
I do get that, and I still like the
I mean,
show.
like I already mentioned Ender's Game earlier, and that
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ender's Game, James and the Giant Peach.
Mhm,
Buffy.
yeah. But
Earth to this planet, so they still have, they still have sex, if you will,
Yes.
but they
Gender.
minimize, but the ideal is minimizing the exhibition of sex.
Right, but even
Yeah.
So
it's
it would be
it's-
more. I felt like it would be more offensive if you get their sex right when you're insulting them by calling them ma'am or sir. So I guess sir.
I think that
sir is kind of neutral.
I think just making the I don't know if it matters
any
too
gender
much.
term. Yeah, any gender. My bad.
Yeah, any gendered term is clearly insulting to them, as you've just insulted this administrator. And let me just break out real quick here, finish up my tangent. The only reason that I really wanted to go on that is just to say that I realize that this is a complex issue, but for the sake of just the fantasy and the fiction here, I just want to present it as this world has done, whether that's good or bad for any one person or group of people out there. It's purely fictional. It's not intending to represent anybody out there. This is just how this world developed, not before the gender thing exploded, but before I was aware of more details in that. And I did learn quite a lot about gender and the brain.
It's
It's very fascinating.
It's a very complicated topic. Yes.
Yeah.
it is.
But no,
Debate.
that's
Yeah.
quite all right. I'll send the ship to pick up Miss LaRue, and we'll just wait here.
Must you foul my office with your barbaric appearance?
So this is a facility. So this is, I guess they have a storefront, if you will, in the cordon.
You seem to be doing that well enough on your own, miss.
In which case, they.
Real quick, what was that, Meowkin?
I want to say, so this is like a storefront in the cordon, right?
This is so there's been stores around the cordon, along the walls of the cordon, so that the ships have more area in the central area, in the loading and docking and all that. Excuse me. This is imagine the cordon as if it was a castle without the castle in the middle and just had the walls around it. All that courtyard and where the castle would have been is where the ships land, where the trade happens, where things are loaded and unloaded. Around the inside of those castle walls are where there are shops and various services available. And along one of those walls is a big gate that goes into the actual city. Near that gate, on a second level above some shop down below, maybe it's selling bagels, is this administrator's office, where the administrator can kind of overlook the entire cordon because the raised vantage point, and also is elevated above the gendered scum below. And that's where you're at right now.
I was gonna say, I imagine this is the person that works here got the short straw.
This person certainly does not appear very pleased to be here, although that might just be because Jai called them a miss.
Probably because they have their heads shoved up their ass. Hey, that's not gendered.
Yeah, everyone has an asshole.
Whoa. Let's not push our prejudices onto the differently abled, all right?
Oh God. Oh.
Insulting the robots in the population.
Oh, that's where he's going. I thought he was going with a different reference. What is the human caterpillar?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's.
I guess they still have one. It's just attached to something else.
I don't think it's still an asshole at that point.
Why did we bring this up?
I don't know. Let's move on from this one. This is more offensive than anything in this episode so far.
It's been a pretty offensive episode altogether. So.
It has been, yes.
You're gonna have to put a trigger warning on the screen.
All right.
That's not a bad idea, I suppose.
So
Yes?
Yeah.
Get in the ship, Zoe.
No.
All right, we're not doing the tour then.
I loudly and vocally yell at my lackey. I sent him down to do the tour, and now, let me speak to the person in charge. I want
All
to speak
right,
to the
yeah,
man.
I'll hand off the thing to let her speak to the person in charge.
I'm going full Karen on this on they.
So are
Because
we
I
just
really-
calling you up while we're in the office, or are we going all the way back? to
Oh,
say-
I'm calling her up in the office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I feel this universe doesn't have Karens, it just has Zoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I'll start this.
I mean,
I
she
don't
has a
mind.
reputation on her own planet.
Look, I'm very nice to people that are helpful to me, but if you want to make me leave my engines to go look at your nonsense, nah.
And Jai's making it very clear he's not leaving until the tour happens, so.
Well, the administrator looks at the data slab held out in front of them and raises a browless eyebrow.
So a facial tick.
Tap, 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 tap.
Yes, your name carries considerable weight here, Ms. LaRue.
I should hope it does. Zier? I'm not up on my correct forms of address for. This is Xander speaking. I'm sure Zoe would know.
I don't
Actually, I think
know if there's non-gendered.
Sir, ma'am.
yeah, I don't know if there is, but let's, for the sake of continuing this, let's say that Zur
correct
is.
Yeah.
Alright.
It sounds kind of
Mix is
Sumerian,
also one.
right?
All right, let's keep going then.
I sent my
Lackeys.
lackey. Yeah, I was trying to come up with a nicer way of saying it, but
Representatives?
my representatives to take a look at the facility because I did not have the time to. I would appreciate it if you would give them the tour.
And I appreciate the respect. Yes. It shows you clearly have respect for us. And they look from the screen to Jai and then back to the screen.
Jai just smiles and he's making it very clear that he doesn't have respect for at least this person in front of him.
And
why you gotta make things hard for me?
makes clear your humility at your own inefficiencies.
She's annoying, or this person is annoying and a bureaucrat, so Jai has multiple reasons not to like them.
Yeah.
But the inspection
But
requires the
sometimes you gotta
presence of the contracted person.
All right.
Your boorish lackeys will not suffice in your stead.
Then in that case, we'll find something else.
And I would appreciate if you would order them out of my presence.
I haven't said a word.
It's got facial hair, right?
Double?
I mean, eyebrows, at least.
I thought he had the full beard, but still stubble. Yeah, I was just going off the picture you picked for the pog.
You really have sticks shoved up their asses.
Finding pictures of people is not my strong suit.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Making horrible shit posts is my strong suit.
All right. So what's going on?
They have asked for Zoe to order you guys to leave.
And I mean, since they have determined they don't want to be helpful, I don't see any reason to do what they want. Continue annoying her if you'd like.
Does Zoe say that?
No, she says to the administrator, please hand me back to my lackeys.
The administrator waves a hand at the screen, kind of shooing it away from them.
Okay.
Looks up at Jai.
Well, Zoe.
They don't seem to be willing to bend. Do what you must, and then I hang up.
I see. Well, I've been instructed to remain here until you let us in. So,
Security.
Yes, this is going exactly how I wanted it.
all right. Listen, what would it take for you to actually get us in? I really have to do this for my work, and Miss LaRue is difficult at best.
She is difficult.
Yes, believe me. She's
Bureaucrat
difficult.
more and more.
She did just order me to stay here.
She did no such thing.
If she had ordered me to leave, I would be leaving.
You and your addle-brained, muscle-bound interpretation. I just can't even with you. You will leave on your own, or you'll be escorted by security. If you want to pass here for this inspection of this contract, the listed recipient, Zoe LaRue, will need to present and be subjected to a genetic ID.
Is there... Dex, can I roll something to see if there's any other way around this? Because this just is getting ridiculous.
Getting stoneballed.
We could pretend to leave. If you can make a sneak check.
Well, we'd still need to find a way into the actual facility, which is not here.
Oh, well. No plans then.
Well, I mean, it's not like this place is impregnable.
And we do have a sneaky boy. The guy who sneaks.
Mm-hmm. There certainly are ways that you could try and get yourself to that facility and get around the probably numerous points at which someone will ask, "But where's Zoe?"
Or I could just tell Zoe to come down here.
Good luck with that.
And say,
Busy with trade stuff.
Yeah, Zoe, if you don't come down here and help us get in, you're not trading.
You want to bet?
Do you want to remain here long enough to keep doing it?
So my options are leave and not trade, or not trade and go with you on this tour.
No, go
or
with us on the
not
tour
trade.
go with us on the tour and then get back to trading.
Do you not understand how much time trading takes? I can't be going on tours.
You can make connections with the people in this facility who could sell you things.
Is that what you've been doing? Making connections?
Well, sort of. I've been really wishing I've brought Walter so I could at least order him to shoot this person.
Are you
But,
guys still in the room?
no, I stepped out and
Okay.
left the other two in there.
About midway through this conversation,
I was like, were we supposed to go with him?
Zoe, hurry up and get down
the
here.
administrator answers that for you. They say yes.
Okay. Well, before I go, can I guess. Nah, never mind. Oh, yeah, say case the joint some, but
Someday there will be a thing where we can do things easily,
It's not this day.
or at least find a way around needing Zoe there.
So, is going in this actually going to screw up trading, or?
Not significantly. I mean,
Oh,
Zoe,
gotcha, okay.
the amount of time it takes to get from the ship to the planet and back, yes, that's time. It takes time to do that, but Zoe can do a lot of things that she needs to do for the trading while she's on that ship. It's a lot of time spent just kind of going through space. You don't have to be all that active at the pilot console.
Yeah. Okay.
So it'll take, plus however long the tour takes, it'll take 3, maybe 4 hours at tops away from her other trade stuff, and I won't even consider that mechanically to have taken any part of the day.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll get my ass down there.
Before you do that, Meowkin, I don't want to discourage you from Nemesis kind of looking around at what options are available to you. Do you and Charlie want to roll a notice check?
I guess part of my question was this isn't so this tour would be going to another location, or is the facility here?
The tour would be going to another location in this city. You haven't gotten out of the cordon yet.
Okay, so and I don't really know. So I suppose the question is, I guess if we had access to the computers here, this is like the admin's office essentially, right, for the cordon.
Mm-hmm.
So presumably there would be some way to create like some sort of the false authorization to leave the cordon. Like if we manage to sneak out somehow, there'll be some way to have some sort of indication that we were allowed to be outside of the cordon. Or would it pretty much, or would anyone outside of the cordon pretty much be expected to be accompanied by?
I'll give you a little bit more, but I do want that notice check from you both first.
Okay.
Okay.
That is what wisdom.
I'll take an average roll, yeah.
I'm not so good at the noticing part.
I'll still give you a little bit from the kind of searching around. It seems like the transactions that occur. How can I put this for you? Basically, somehow Nemesis has gotten the impression that people who are outside the cordon are outside the cordon. If you're there, then you're there. Is that kind of clear?
Yeah, so it's like basically if you're there, it's expected that you're allowed to be there.
Yeah, pretty much. You got out somehow, and the cordons are pretty tightly locked down, and there's enough technological infrastructure that they would see somebody landing outside of the cordon and take measures.
Okay, so they have enough faith in that security that they don't really question if anyone's outside of it.
Yeah, as long as you don't look out of place, you can walk around.
I would assume we would look out of place.
Well, that's actually the part that I was trying to reach towards and kind of stumbling. Nemesis's searching around the dark web has given her some insight that non-androgynous people, visitors, actually do get around outside the cordon. So there will
Okay.
be other people out there that look like you guys.
I thought they were stricter than that on letting anyone in.
Nope, she is getting all of this from the simple fact that some of those people up in orbit who are not Scarabians are going to end up coming to the planet and leave the cordon.
Okay.
Charlie,
Matter of getting outside of the cordon.
I'm sorry.
So really, if we want to get, it's really just a matter of getting outside the cordon.
Pretty much, yeah. Charlie, as the security is actually coming into this room from that side door, he's able to pick up a few key pieces of information about their locking system. There is an electronic component to it, but there is also a series of noises and interactions that he hears that lead him to believe he could definitely get through this door with the tools that he has. Of course, there's an assumption that that would also apply to any other doors, since this looks like one of the more secured doors. He can also kind of make out that the space beyond this door, just from how they approached it, their footsteps and their movement patterns before actually clicking and registering at the door, is it's it's a hallway, and they didn't really travel the full length of it.
Okay, so there's still people in there, or there's a turnout somewhere.
It sounds like they. Well, I think what I'm trying to get at is that there are other rooms past this door, but there's also a hallway that they were able to traverse more quickly.
Okay.
I'll counter Lulu that this time it sounds like you might be trying to just skip the bureaucracy, and you're still going to spend 8 sessions here.
Oh, I don't think we're going to spend that long here, just as long as we get past the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Last time I think the entire thing was just, all right, we need to get into this fucking one place, and it takes 4 of those 8 sessions just to get a freaking permit.
Yeah.
If only we had known that we had a burglar.
It's also funny because you guys were trying to do everything legally there. Doing things the non-legal way is always faster. Come on.
Yeah, I think I'm learning that we definitely need a combat person, and we're just going to shoot our way into places from now on. Look, we're space pirates. We need to start acting like it.
Start
And
acting like it.
Look, it's not like all bureaucrats don't deserve it.
Let me
Okay, Rick.
let me get back to Nox here real quick. Nox, have you ever played or seen the game Watch Dogs?
I have seen the game Watch Dogs,
Okay.
but I have not played it.
So you've probably seen sections where the guy can cause distractions from various items in the room.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to imagine that as Charlie is making his way out, he's taking note of various things throughout this administrator's office that could be used to create some kind of distraction that draws their attention away in a useful manner.
Are we set about getting through this door, then?
I don't know. That's something I think you'll end up discussing with your ship captain and hacker there. But you are being ushered out by 2 security guards. At least they look like security guards based on the fact that they are wearing security armor and have laser rifles.
Oof. Okay. I will
Okay,
make a
okay.
note of it and relay the information once we're safely away from security.
Noted.
You know, that really sums it up. Safely away from security.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep it in mind for after Zoe gets here. So what now, Dex?
Does Zoe go down?
Yeah.
Okay.
While she's going down, she's gonna see if there's anywhere nearby that she thinks would need medical stuff. I'm trying to decide which of these trade goods to get because I don't think we have anything that we could sell here for a profit, but we might be able to sell medical stuff somewhere else.
Let's see.
Because
Trading
people
the
always
discontinued-
getting sick.
You don't want to trade the discontinued models.
A little bit over the top piracy for me.
I'd note the Sun products, the medical byproduct stuff.
Yeah, that's also.
Jai could actually use that if you want to, say, synthesize certain pharmaceuticals.
Oh yeah, let's buy slaves and make drugs. Sounds like a
I didn't say anything about buying slaves. I said the medical byproducts.
I'm really curious what it actually is because it's medically useful byproducts recaptured from medical procedures and manufacturing. I don't know what is byproducts recaptured from medical procedures. Is that like the lung that they replaced?
it's stem cells.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is like this is like leftover body parts.
Yikes.
You can use those too.
To answer your question, there is one planet that has a need for.
We're going to Trinidad next, right?
Yes.
Does it need medical stuff?
That's
You could-
pretty much. It's gone.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably sell a lot of that on Kamiego.
If there's anyone living there, they probably do need medical supplies.
There are people living on Kamiego.
Yeah. Survival and medical supplies are needs on Kamiego.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll pick up some. Cool. I'll remember to pick up some kits, and I'll buy some drug making stuff for the boss. God.
Kamiego also buys slaves.
Yeah. Great.
Are you going to go into that, Zoe?
Does it sound like I'm going to?
I don't know.
Yes, it's profitable.
I mean, I feel like if you're trading in slaves, you kind of need a ship set up for it.
We have lots
Well,
of
I mean,
room.
yeah, we got lots of room.
Yeah, except they're slaves, then you have to keep them locked up.
The reason that sapients are considered bulky is actually let me. Well, basically the extra needs, the extra infrastructure you need to keep them locked up and fed is part of their tonnage already.
I don't know if anyone here is. I mean, I guess ultimately it's Zoe's choice, but
Yeah, I'm not down.
I didn't think you would be.
Weak.
but it's good
But
to know
no.
we have the option.
Just buy a bunch of medical supplies, I guess.
Oh, there we go. That's here's where I wrote it. Livestock and other living outships may require handling. This live cargo needs to be provided with water and food included in the cost and tonnage, and enclosures may require cleaning and repair.
All right.
So my question is, if they have a need for sapients, but then they also sell sapients, like, can I just buy the discontinued model and then repackage it and sell it back to them?
You cannot.
Dang.
It's continued.
Maybe
Well,
if
yeah.
you give him to Jai so he can add some value before you send him back.
Look, I'm gonna get a big black pen, and I'm just gonna draw over the part where it says dis, and so it'll just be a continued model.
Jai's not getting involved in this.
But you could refurbish humans.
Oh, I could. But Jai disdains these their particular obsessions here. They're not involved in genetic superiority. They just like their aesthetics.
Look.
It's depressing.
You could literally just do any sentence. Jai disdain.
Yeah.
All right, Zoe makes it to the Uruk city cordon.
Perfect.
Great.
All right, let's walk her on in.
It is I.
Perfect.
Trying to maximize androgynousness.
It is I, Zoe LaRue.
Did Zoe dress any particular way here?
She still has on her brown, fucking boring ass ship suit.
Okay. The administrator, the security guards are gone. The administrator looks over at Zoe and smiles a little bit. It is a pleasure to meet you, LaRue. Or do you prefer to go by Zoe?
Either is fine.
Fine. If you would just submit your genetic ID here, and they pull out a small GID machine.
I lick it. What is it? A finger thing?
It's one of those things you put your arm through. If somebody were clever and wanted to, they could design a shackle out of this.
Oh, great! Now I really want to put my arm in it.
Or
do it.
guillotine.
I can very probably get your arm out of it if it's shackled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know if I can get your arm out of it if it's an automatic guillotine.
I mean, that'll happen pretty much automatically, anyways.
Right.
No, if it's a guillotine, it's really easy to get the arm out.
Yeah.
Still attached. Still attached is the whole thing.
Yeah.
The machine scans Zoe's DNA and her genetics and indicates a green light, and the administrator puts it back in a drawer in her desk, or at a spot in her desk. Says, "Thank you for confirming, Zoe. Pleasure to meet you. I am Jilly."
Jilly, can we move this along?
Yes.
I am busy. Thank you.
I will call a driver over for you.
Excellent. Can I go outside? I don't want to wait in here.
Jilly does call a driver over, and then are any of you waiting inside?
I have very important trader-like phone calls to make. So I'm the person standing outside yelling into their cell phone.
Okay. Is anybody staying inside though?
Nah.
Okay. Then after a few minutes, Jilly comes out and waves at Zoe.
And I want it on the docks at o'clock. I hang up. I go back inside.
Your car is available, Zur.
Thank you. Which one is it?
1 second here. Muzi will escort you.
Moosey?
Muzi.
A Moosey.
Muzi. After Dumuzi.
It's a reference that is lost on me.
Is that in character or out of character?
Yes?
Yes. Jilly brushes it aside. It's unimportant.
Okay.
Isn't
that a painter?
Might be. Dumuzi is a name.
Oh, it's just their name. Okay, I thought it was. Never mind.
Jilly motions towards the door that the security had come through and presses a button under their desk, which Charlie hears the distinctive click and unlock of an electronic system. Disengaging.
Cool. I go through.
Okay.
Do I need to wait for somebody to open the door for me? Like,
No. If Zoe tries, the door opens, and at the end of a short hallway with a couple of doors on either side is another Scarabian. This one not quite as androgynous. Actually, not nearly as androgynous as Jilly.
Okay.
Motioning you to go over and follow them.
cool. I do. I make sure the rest of my group's with me too.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
They were crowding behind Zoe just to make sure that Jilly couldn't lock them out.
Mm-hmm.
They tried too.
um, Muzi doesn't talk much unless you talk to them. They just drive you to into the city, and you do Nemesis. You confirm some of those initial assessments that there are non-native people here that are going about their business. Most of them wear the understated and non-expressive clothing that Zoe is wearing. You see some women who have curves and are clearly wearing those baggy clothes to slim those down or to offset them, hide them. And same with muscular men are just trying not to present that. Your ride takes you deeper into the city, where you start to see the buildings rising higher above you. They are spectacularly designed. Some of them look like they would fall over at the slightest gale, but obviously they're not. There is wind on this planet. The slightest gale, the slightest breath. And the more extravagant of an area you seem to get to, the more often you see structures that are just transparent material. They are completely see-through with just enough visibility, opaqueness, so that whoever is inside of them knows where the walls are, knows that they're walking on a floor. You stop at one of these magnificent structures, though it is not transparent like the others. It is somewhat translucent, maintaining a certain aesthetic there, glassy aesthetic. And Zumi says that this is your stop. They will wait outside to take you back into the Uruk cordon once you're satisfied with your inspection.
Perfect.
Cool.
We'll find
Let's
another
head in.
for you. All right. Excuse me. Inside, you are introduced. Well, not introduced, but you come across another. Looks like administrator sitting at a desk, bureaucrat of some sort, probably more like a secretary. While they remain condescending to you, as a whole, they're at least more engaged in conversation or in gathering the necessary details from Zoe to tell you that Dr. Aya will... Yeah, good enough, Aya. Oh, yes. Dr. Aya will be with you shortly to show you your options.
Cool. I sit down and wait.
Okay. And Here is where I should be presenting some kind of content warning. The doctor that comes out is naked. They have some semblance of clothing for probably hygiene reasons. But it is like wearing fetishist transparent latex clothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late. We've seen everything.
There is
I've already seen everything.
there are no real visible sex indicators.
So this is them being like, look at me, I don't have any of that nonsense
Right.
that you guys all hate.
That's exactly what this is.
Show
And
off.
you can see that the other people in the room who have some sexual characteristics are more deferential to this individual.
That tracks.
Dr. Aya comes out to you, looks at the four of you, and then sights in on Zoe. Yes,
Yes.
it is not a sleeve I would have chosen, but your father was
Well.
very insistent. Come with me.
Creepy. Sure. Where are we going?
Dr. Aya leads you.
I'm walking with her, but I'm, where are we going?
We're going to an inspection room where you may review the sleeve before it is grown, and we'll walk you through the procedure for transplant. You don't appear to have any outward injury. Are you dying of some illness?
Curiosity.
Hmm.
Some wouldn't call it an illness, but it can get to you.
This, if I may, the situation is private. You understand?
Of course. It's not my place to question why someone would want to
Privates here.
parallel transfer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
If you were interested, we have a much more elegant and, of course, more expensive sleeves that could upgrade you to, but we can discuss that in your in the inspection room.
Of course, Miss LaRue would love the full deals on your process here.
Please, if we are to continue, let's use a more respectful honorific for Zur LaRue.
I'm torn between using their version of more respectful and a much less respectful version.
Yeah.
They continue under the rational assumption that that Z will make a intelligent choice.
That's hoping for a lot.
All right. I'm going to step back a little and let Zoe lead the way more.
Okay.
And I guess silently as I can inform Charlie and Nemesis to be very opportunistic. Any chance to steal
Any unattended computers, if you will.
Yeah.
If you see a flash drive on the counter, just put it right in your pocket.
Probably don't need to tell me twice.
Be very, very opportunistic. If you need to sneak away, sneak away.
If that hard drive is nailed to the ground, you pull out a crowbar.
I'm glad we understand each other.
Amazing.
All right. So then, as you're walking to this inspection room, what is Charlie doing? It's not much for Nemesis to do, I don't think. But what is Charlie doing here?
Charlie's definitely better at casing the joint. I'm looking for computers.
Yeah.
I'm also doing everything that I can to look around, either for computers, flash drives, things that are easily stealable, or just someplace that would be easy to slip away to.
Well, easy to slip away to is not actually hard to find. The only thing that's really preventing you, if anything, is the fact that Dr. Aya knows that you're there. And if you're no longer there, Dr. Aya will know that you're not there.
Damn.
But-
Oh, they've learned how to
I
count.
should have rolled sneak before we walked into the place.
Well, it's fun. Once she gets talking on her inspection room, I'm sure you'll have an opportunity to do so without her really noticing.
That's definitely an option.
Just stay in the background for a while.
So, with that in mind, yes, both Nemesis and Charlie notice things that are not nailed down and terminals that are not under constant supervision. As you're walking. Okay, you guys make it to the inspection room, and it is just kind of it's just a meeting room, really. There's a table in the center of the room, a screen at the far side facing away from the door, and 6 chairs, 3 on each side of the table. The table looks like it's probably got some technology going on in it. And the keen of eye can even see that there are some projectors at edges of the table. Does it still have remote?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm thinking.
Okay. Do you want me to pause here or continue narration?
Look, it's really hot.
I am sympathize with you. My power went out for 12 hours the other day, as you know, I complained about, as you saw.
Yikes.
And so during that 12 hours, fortunately it was from 5:30 p.m. until it was actually a little more than 12 until 9:30 a.m. So it wasn't like the hottest period of the day,
Yeah.
but it still got stupidly hot.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's some way that I can, like, because this is about to get kind of personal for Zoe, so she probably wants, the rest of these. We don't need a whole entourage in here. Maybe they could wait outside.
She's saying, are you saying that in character?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So she'll look at the doctor, Iva.
Aya. Aya.
Aya.
Mhm.
Sure. She'll look at Dr. Aya and say, maybe some of my entourage can wait outside.
Sorry, guys. There's a fire going on.
Oh, okay, that's no good.
Zervaru, I would strongly advise I be allowed to remain in
Well, of
here
course, my
while I-
personal doctor should stay.
Mhm.
Dr. Aya shows the first sign of what might be genuine concern. Looks between Zoe and Jai, and then back to Zoe. I can understand shame, Zularu. This inspection is of your feminine human body.
Oh,
I would
boy.
not want others to say it either, if I were saddled with it.
Exactly. You understand precisely.
They're very clearly very proud of what they have going on now.
All right. We'll allow, if it is acceptable to you, Doctor, we'll have the other 2 remain outside.
By the way, I should have been noting that the conversations with the administrator and the Mizu, whatever the other one was, were in Common Jin. This doctor has tried to speak Xiao Wu. Actually, no, I take that back. The doctor has been speaking to you in British English the entire time.
Oh, thank God. I take off
Someone
this
I understand.
Yeah.
dumb, stupid torque. I hates it.
Yeah.
Tis a hateful thing.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. What was that, Lulu?
I don't know.
The doctor had just said, shameful body, and we're gonna be looking at it, etc.
Oh yes. If it's acceptable to you, Doctor, we'll just have the other two remain outside for the time being.
Dr. Aya looks at Zoe. Is that all right with you to have this man present?
Oh, I hardly think of him as a man.
Gender
I
is
understand.
very important to me.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
Guard them.
Charlie and Nemesis, good timing. Hope there's no real fire, or hope the fire's gone, or whatever.
One of my neighbors is smoking and setting off the fire alarm.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Great.
Neighbors
They've been
fucking
doing it,
suck,
like-
man.
It's happened twice this week. It's terrible.
Yeah. Nemesis and Charlie are being asked to leave the room and wait in a set of chairs. They're true to the aesthetic. They are those kinds of like bowl pedal chairs and transparent glassy transparency.
Right.
They're soft enough though.
Yeah, Jai's going to just tap his ear and nod at you before you go. Just keeping calm contact. If you go wandering off, he's not going to actually say that. Just sort of imply it.
Are there visible cameras from where we are?
There's no camera inside this room. Within the facility,
So we left a room and are now in another room?
you're now in a hallway. Within this hallway and within the facility at large, go ahead and give me another notice check for Charlie.
Okay. Dang, less than average.
That is less than average.
Well, it's
Char-
less than average for Charlie.
I mean,
It's less than average for Charlie. It's above average for
Basically
normal
everybody
person.
else.
Well,
yeah,
no. The
average for me is a 9.
the,
so.
the dice are actually one less than average.
No, what I'm saying is, if I rolled an 8, I'd be fucking ecstatic.
Yeah.
Because I think I have a minus, 3 to it?
I have very few things that I can do, so I rely on being able to do those things effectively.
Nice.
Charlie did notice that there were cameras at the entry points when you came in, but he's not seeing cameras where you are now.
Okay. This a weird question. It would also fall under notice, but did I notice an obvious bathroom on the way here?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm going to wander off in the opposite direction.
I
Oh.
imagine the men and women's rooms here, do they?
No, they don't.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. You said the opposite direction, like towards or away from the bathroom?
Away from the bathroom.
Okay.
I get lost. That's what I was looking for.
Yep.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Gotta have a good excuse.
I don't suppose they had a, like one of those places that has like their server room. They have it like just behind a glass wall.
You haven't seen anything that looks like a server room that is exposed and visible behind a glass wall.
Ah, dang! I've been a couple places where they do that. Look, but
No, this isn't one of them.
so I'll just follow Charlie's lead for now.
Okay. What are the two of you trying to accomplish here? What are you looking for? What are you doing?
I'm mostly scoping out the place, and if there happens to be, I don't know, like an open room with just tech lying around, I can sneak a flash drive or something.
And if I can get to a computer, who knows what I could do with that? I don't know how deep I really want to get into that, but I feel like it's expected of me. Like I feel like it was implied that I should hack something.
That's why you were brought, just in case.
And that's why I'm doing YouTube first, so that I know how far any conversation with Zoe gets.
You know, we really should have made a plan ahead of time here, y'all.
That's your job. You got a plan to make the plan. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
the captain. You're supposed to tell me to make a plan.
I'm not the captain.
Well, the captain.
I assumed you'd have a plan from the moment I told you we were going to this place.
We're gonna be more explicit than that.
Really, it's everybody's fault. But
Listen, I'm not even on this planet. Not even close to this planet. How is it my fault?
because you're not here, obviously. If you were here, these dumb meatbags wouldn't have screwed everything up.
I'm going to go out on a limb that is exclusively not my fault.
Okay.
So it's literally everybody except for your fault.
All right.
Actually, everyone in this entire star system except me.
Just go do your job and don't get caught.
That's the plan.
Or
that's the not plan.
I don't know how long Zoe's gonna be in there, right?
You do not.
I'm gonna say it's at least 15 minutes to make a plan, and it's probably gonna take longer than that.
I mean, you could always.
I was thinking.
Well, I'm only taking like a 10-minute jaunt. So.
Yeah,
You like
unfortunately,
the Marauder to bombard something.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough time for me to scribble a plan on the back of a piece of paper.
Really get in.
That would also require everyone. I think one of the points of being a plan that everyone's aware of the plan, right?
There's the option of you just staying put and saying Charlie went off to the bathroom, and that way keep your cover.
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, well, I guess Charlie can scope out a computer for me. I'll stay here to stay less suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
I do also want to
the first
make a note that I'm kicking on all of my kinetic stuff.
Okay.
So
The alarms immediately start blaring. That was the one thing they've been waiting for.
Yes.
It's a metasionic trap facility. Haha, you have.
It's all an elaborate ruse.
Heaven forbid that somebody has a pressure field. A vac suit on my planet.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll kind of wish here. Charlie's like, find me an unprotected computer.
Charlie does find some what look like operation rooms. He is seeing them as others go in and out of them. Think of this as basically a hospital or a dentist's office. Actually, a dentist's office are usually more open. Yeah, this is basically a doctor's office where there are rooms set aside that have equipment in them. They all look like essentially surgical equipment of some sort. And Charlie may be able to sneak into one of those as somebody is leaving if he wants to take an opportunity.
I don't think equipment rooms are going to be that useful unless I plan on stealing a giant piece of equipment.
Well, they have smaller pieces of equipment among them. What may be more valuable is anything that's on computers within those rooms. Or any... Here having some fix knowledge would be helpful. Any kind of... salvaging some of the more advanced medical equipment they have here.
Yeah, no, fix and program are well outside of my scope of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But there is someone.
Unfortunately, those are very good skills for thieves.
Sure, but I rolled into 6 intelligence.
Anyway,
That's okay. You case the joint and then you just get me in.
If nobody stops me or says anything to me, I case around and then I loop back.
Charlie does get the occasional, are you supposed to be here?
I will reply with, I'm just looking for a bathroom.
And then he
Can
gets
you point one out
directions.
to me.
He gets directions to a bathroom.
Okay.
How many times does that one work? I wonder.
Four times.
I mean,
Right until you come up against the same person again.
Right, it works at least once per person.
Yeah, and then if I've seen them before, I'd say,
Are you sure it's this way?
all of these hallways look the same to me. Or if I see them
No.
a third time, I don't know how to get back to where I was before.
yeah, I've gotten lost in my own lab before. It's not that surprising.
And
Yeah,
then they ask
no.
me, who I was with, and then I say, I don't know, I forgot their name.
And then the next time it's, who am I?
Who am I? Where am I? And the last time is just a confused screaming.
Okay.
But yeah, he's able to case the joint while drawing minimal suspicion. He's not cased the entire building, but he has been able to identify multiple rooms that if he can get someone with that kind of expertise into, would be able to, well, make some money.
There you go. I guess it's if you want Nemesis to do something, there you go. But for now,
An amount of time has passed. I'm not super comfortable doing a second trip so soon.
Yeah, part of the problem is working with an indeterminate time.
Mm-hmm. Well, how long do you guys want to wait before trying to do anything else?
I would say that my whole walk was like 10-15 minutes tops.
Mm-hmm.
And I do actually dip into a bathroom for an amount of time.
Okay. What do you...
so
I guess, again, like I said, both in character and out of character, we don't really know how much time we're working with here.
I'd assume at
Alright,
least
it's
an
a job.
hour, or so if it's going to be a full body inspection. Medical consultations like this can take a while.
Yeah. That's true.
And you guys were, to GM Prod a little bit, you guys were kind of given a go-ahead nod from Jai. It might be safe to assume that he's going to try and intentionally stretch out and give you as much
Yeah.
time as possible.
I mean, it's not even that he's trying to give him more time. It's just that he has a lot of very scientific questions that he wants answered, and he's going to go on all of them.
Buy a lot of time.
You've got a while.
Okay, so if we have a while, we can make a second trip out.
Now, I feel like Jai is less interested in making a quick buck and more interested in the data. So that'll be my priority, but I guess I can identify stuff of value that Charlie can grab and sneak out.
Yeah, I wasn't saying make some money. I was just using that as a placeholder for basically do your loot and shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, there has been talk we need to make some money at some point, so, there is all that.
I mean,
And Charlie
both
needs something to do.
both the data and the equipment are extremely valuable for both money and research purposes.
Yeah, I guess there's any, specialized tools.
Did somebody actually say we're gonna make some money?
Yeah, I mean,
Holy shit! It's so beautiful.
I know Zoe doesn't truly appreciate how valuable scientific data of this level can be, but trust me, it's worth a lot.
To society as a whole, that doesn't help us run. That doesn't help us pay our science crew for another month.
I mean, it does if you sell the data off to a major megacorp.
I guess
And how likely is that?
It's not technically impossible.
Uh huh.
All right, let's go back and focus on Charlie and Nemesis.
I guess if I'm hacking on it, there might be line shunts involved, so I guess I need to assess that from a computer, right?
You would need to assess that from a computer. That's correct.
Give me a computer, Charlie. I think any of those offices would have one, right?
If there is somebody's office, that would actually be ideal.
Well,
so you like
it-
doctor's offices. If it's doctor's, like a doctor's office, they all have like a terminal in them at the very least.
yeah, that's what Charlie saw. He didn't see like work paper pusher offices. He saw the kind of doctor's office type thing. The inspection rooms, but the room that you go into and you sit on that stupid paper covered bed when they ask you to turn and cough.
I've literally never had a doctor ask me to do that.
Neither have I, because I don't like going to doctors. But that's the movie. That's the media reference.
I think the last doctor that I went to had like an actual office and then also one of those stupid offices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like both right next to each other.
Yeah.
An office and an examination room.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Examination room. That's what Charlie is seeing. If there are actual offices with desk and bookcases and all that stuff, he's not seeing people come in and out of those. But the examination rooms do have a computer or terminal access to something.
Shunts could possibly get me to the more vital stuff from those. Would be the general idea with hacking, right?
So, speaking as someone who actually works in a clinical lab,
Oh, push up your glasses while you say this. Actually.
yeah, no. Basically, I have access to all our company's technical files from basically any computer.
Yeah, but that's. Oh, well, I guess with your login, yeah.
Yeah.
So long as I can.
Yeah,
so long as I
and
can
that's.
get in.
Sorry, I spoke over you again.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, and that's probably what Nemesis expects, but hacking is still probably also going to require a line shunt placed somewhere so that the whatever countermeasures the future of internet security has can be bypassed by the shunt.
I'm guessing that, yeah. I think in the fiction there is, it's not just, you may not need more than just the login. Kind of deal. Oh, I guess we could just look for some stickers, like sticky notes.
Again.
So is Charlie trying to get Nemesis into an empty examination room?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and get a sneak check from Charlie. He is only guiding one person, so I'm not going to have Nemesis roll.
We have the +0 and then a +1 deck. I'm not good at it, but I'm not terrible.
Or not, fine.
Mine's fine. Nine's a perfectly respectable roll.
It is. 9 is sufficient for Charlie to make a quick, swift, and silent jaunt over to a door, catch it just before it closes, and latches, a distinctive lock, auto lock that he's heard from each of these doors previously. Pause a moment to make sure that the person who has just left it and is walking away from them doesn't look back at the lack of locking sound, and then he can slide it open and motion Nemesis in. You guys are both in a fairly standard looking examination room. It has okay, I guess I can't call it standard looking. It has the bed, but it is of course a translucent, not completely transparent, but it is a translucent. The material itself, the translucent material itself looks like it is the adjustable kind of bed. has knobs and gadgets there. And there are the overhead lights with adjustable settings for different spectrums. Um, of course, there's a terminal over in the corner with a little stool sitting at it to do whatever computer stuff is necessary, and a handful of other various medical equipment around the room. Nemesis is now in this room and can decide where to focus her attention. Is she going to look at the medical equipment and see what if that can be quickly scavenged or salvaged, or is she going straight to the computer?
I think I'm gonna go for hacking first. Jai is the captain. I know Zoe would appreciate making some money, but
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
but
Okay.
priority will be hacking.
All right. This is the first roll is a answer specific question. She finds that just from quick inquiries here that yes, she is going to need at least one line shunt to proceed any further. And this first roll is difficulty 8, basically asking where do I need to put the line shunts and how many. So roll that. All right, a difficulty of 8, and
Also, is this a? Let me see. What was the other roll earlier? Is this a new scene?
oops, sorry, it wasn't a difficulty 8. What was your question?
Is this a new scene, by the way? Since my last one.
Yes, yeah.
Just make sure I re-roll before I get too ambitious.
Alright, let me get back over here. Do we still have music over there? Or sound? Yes.
I don't know.
It's quiet, but that's fine.
All for me.
Okay. It actually was a difficult-ish check. More difficult than just your standard personal computer. She still passed, but the difficulty of that check was actually 9, not 8. And despite that increased difficulty, it looks like she's only going to need to have one line shunt placed. Unfortunately for her, it is up near the entrance of the building where you guys came in. It's still inside.
Near the bathroom?
Nope. Well, it's past the bathroom.
Yeah.
You mean unfortunately for Charlie. Charlie. I had a line shunt. I do like a quick sketch of where I need it.
Okay. Charlie, she's able to give Charlie enough of a sketch of the layout that he recognizes where that needs to be.
I'll take however much time he has just planning what I want to get, which will probably be, I guess. I didn't search. I have a storage unit on me. Complete database acquisition.
Usually takes an hour to actually download.
Would it be possible to send something remote?
Remote is a whole thing and starts that number.
Yeah, it is.
I have been setting it up, but it's this whole thing like hacking. I mean, I guess if I set you can set like a remote link, but it's like a fire and forget.
Do you need the complete database acquisition? You could just download all the technical specifications on the server.
Or, well, I guess specifically you're interested in the cloning thing, right? Or the resleeving. I don't know what else
Yeah.
they do, but which I don't know if that would that fall under get general information.
Well, you're getting a little bit ahead of yourselves here. This is the actual what you end up downloading is probably going to be next session.
Mhm.
So that I can provide you with a little bit more detail than just yes, there's something there.
I don't think we're so far. There's other than entry points. There's not really been security systems, right? So there's nothing really to suppress, subvert, or sabotage.
Not that
Just 'cause-
you've seen with your eye.
Yeah, there we go. I was like, yeah, just because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
As a matter of
That's the
fact, that
first-
probably, if we haven't seen the security, that probably means it's especially good.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's the first thing I would ask is, you know, the security, assess the security setup of the building and how screwed we are already.
Well, you'll need that line shunt placed first.
All right.
Is Charlie going to run himself back up or walk himself back up to the entryway? Nox, you there?
I am. I lost track of the conversation. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. So where we're at right now is Nemesis has identified that she is going to need a line shunt placed at the early entry point of this building.
Okay. Yeah. Then sure.
She is able to sketch out where she needs it. Charlie remembers that that is where the cameras were at that he saw. He didn't see any security guards there, but there was personnel.
Okay.
So how does he want to go about this? Is he well? First off, is he just walking towards that now?
It's an entrance lobby, right?
Mhm.
I could probably. Fucking think.
Do you have any telekinetic powers that'd help?
I can move things with telekinesis, but don't know if I can do it with precision.
Push the
Uh,
camera.
Unless they're the cameras that are just bubbles. In which case, it's actually worthless.
Yeah, because you have to be able to see it, right?
No, because I can't. If I push a bubble, it'll still be a bubble.
There's, you know, there's a camera inside the bubble, right?
Yes, he
suppose,
has to
yeah.
be able to see that.
You can see those through the bubble, but they're also the ceiling mounts. What kind of cameras? I guess before I go on a T-ride, telling you about all the different kinds of cameras that I can't affect. What kind of cameras are in there?
They're bubbles.
Okay,
What level is your telekinesis? 2?
as high as it can be, so 2.
I feel personally attacked.
Oh, put it in your own bubble.
Yeah, right.
I guess I'd make my way up. See if somebody at the reception desk would. Where would be close enough?
So it's let me actually move you guys to a page here. Wow.
Do you have a map for this place?
I don't have a map for this place. No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
about to
that's
be
why I
real
don't have you
impressed.
guys on a planet or system map because I haven't made one for it either. So I don't have a map for the planet either. Which is fine. I've been wanting to do my planet pages a different way, anyways.
Okay.
Like
if I
sure
know the place, I'd probably see about talking to somebody close to there and just kind of palming it into place.
So the layout of the entryway is as as you're entering this building, it's got two double wide door that you're entering. To your left and right is it's pretty, but it's a fake glassy translucent plant on either side, and the line shunt where Nemesis needs this line shunt placed is to the right when entering this facility.
So, by the potted plant?
By the potted plant. That is still in full view of the desk that is in front of you, and that you walk around to either side in order to go past the desk or to branches left and right off this room.
Is there a hand sanitizer thingy?
There is not a hand sanitizer thingy.
Dang, I cannot get hand sanitizer.
Nope. And there is somebody in attendance at that desk.
How far away is the desk from the place that I need to plant this thing?
A couple meters.
Okay.
Standing over there, do the awkward stretch. Like, ah!
That's...
If you'll indulge me, scroll your screen down a bit. Those are plants, not aliens.
Okay.
But
They
they're
can
in
be both.
space.
They could be alien plants.
They
They're
could.
in space. Alien plants
In alien space.
in alien space. I mean, really, aren't we the aliens?
This
You
isn't
are.
Earth space.
This is about the layout. We got a person here. Those are eyes, not boobs.
Well, yeah, they're androgynous. Come on,
Right.
we've been paying attention.
I appreciate that. And various files, cabinets, and things that are relevant to this administrator or this secretary at the desk. Where Nemesis needs that line shunt. Right there.
Okay. All right. I think I have a plan. It's not a very good plan, but it is a plan. I imagine that's the entrance.
It is.
Is it like an automatic door thing?
It is.
Okay. I would like to walk out of the building, look clueless for a second, come back in, and just be like, wait a second, this ain't the place I'm supposed to go. And then palm it while asking for directions.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
He does have
Listen, I
to.
have one trick.
Looking
I have a
clueless.
single gimmick. Being dumb is my thing.
I don't know if you want to go this direction, but I will say that as a GM, I would also allow you to try and place it using telekinesis. Line shunts are fairly sturdy, and they're generally.
What do line shuns look like in this universe?
It is a polymorphic little thing.
Aware of nothing. Yeah, it looks like
okay.
what you want it to look like.
Yeah, for the
I
most
just-
part, they're hard to notice. Unless
No,
you're in a
at
place.
the very least, they just look like a disc, like a black disc.
Yeah, I just assumed it was like a tiny black disc with maybe some.
They
black
actually
layer.
have chameleon blending.
They actually accumulate. They actually match their. They do color blending.
I assume that
Polychromatic phased compound.
they look like credit cards, but you can have whatever you want on the front.
Roughly 1 centimeter in thickness. And palm sized, so however centimeters your palm is.
Okay, then would I be able to palm that there with telekinesis?
Yeah. Without looking at it, it'll be a telekinesis check for him. If he's able to watch what he's doing, then it's no telekinesis check.
Um, uh, the thing that I would be trying to do is probably I'd pretend to throw it away, like the garbage into the plant,
Oh God.
and then from there just telekinesis it into the place that it needs to go instead.
You could just like not do any. You could just like slide it along the floor.
I could theoretically, but that sounds like a smart plan.
He's got you. He's got you there. He's got you there.
Either
Okay.
way, it's a check.
Charlie tosses it into the plant. No need to roll for that. The person at the desk looks up. We have trash cans.
Where? I don't see anything in this room.
They point right next to the plant.
No, they
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
lift.
exactly. The garbage is right here. The plant.
They lean down below their desk and only for a fraction of a second, but lift up a trash can and put it right there on top of their desk while glaring at Charlie.
Okay. I'm going to go to the plant, take out some garbage,
Mhm.
and put it in the garbage can.
Okay. His sneak is 2.
Yes.
Okay. I would I want to make you roll something, but I can't make you roll for that. He succeeds at that. The line shunt still isn't in place, but he's drawn no suspicion for taking detritus from this fake plant and putting it in the trash can. In fact, he actually finds some legitimate trash that has been tossed there by somebody else.
People toss trash into those fake plants by doors all the time.
Oh yes.
Terrible people.
There
I
are more
know, right?
garbage cans than actual garbage cans.
Yeah. Not if you guys were on Lamiera, of course, but you're not. Okay. The secretary, still staring at him, takes the trash can, now with one more piece of trash in it, and puts it back in its place behind their desk.
Thank you. And I'll start heading over to my the room where everyone else is.
Okay.
Back to my assigned seating position, and I'll telekinesis the thing into place.
Okay. He'll need the telekinesis before he gets out of sight of it, of course.
Yeah.
Your assigned seating place was down the hallways a bit and around corners, so he needs to do that now. Is he doing that while watching it, or is he just trying to cool guys never look at explosions or telekinesis?
If I can do it, not obviously, I do it while
You
watching
could-
it. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
I mean, you could probably have just done it while you were throwing it into the thing.
This is true.
Yeah.
You want to do it not obviously. You gotta stop going no 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 while you do it. You know, that really gives it away.
Stop pointing at your
hand
brain with both
obviously
fingers.
on my head, and then one obviously at the plant. I'll get you next time, plant.
Okay, so he does want to. He wants to be watching what he's doing with telekinesis, so that he's not relying on telekinetic kind of spatial memory. But he's going to try and do that without drawing attention that he's looking over at something that's happening.
Right.
So that's going to be a sneak check.
Okay. Roll well.
That is a good roll. The line shunt is in place. And once Nemesis is informed, she doesn't know automatically, can proceed.
I'll
All right. Do you want me to just go ahead and check now, or we're at it right at the?
We are right at the
Mark
end
here.
here, and I don't want to make a habit of going over. So I'm going to leave us on that cliffhanger of Nemesis is at a terminal, ready to hack in.
I guess, like I said, the first thing is there's any hidden alarm systems that we've already triggered.
Okay. Make a note of that for yourself if you don't mind. And Zoe and Jai are about to get really intimate and personal with Zoe's potential body.
Great.
You just go like, oh, can you, nip a bit here, tuck there.
Look, Zoe's main problem with her body is that it's not a fucking robot body. Like, why did I not get Tachikoma? Like,
Why'd you contract a flesh body then?
I didn't. It was all my dad. That's why I don't want to get involved with him. He takes over everything and ruins it.
I feel like I'm portraying that very well then.
Am I accurately portraying a annoyed 16-year-old girl? Like,
I think you're doing a good job there. Yeah.
You're killing it.
I'm serious though. If they have Tachikoma body on offer, like, this is a non-issue.
Can you tell me what this Tachikoma body is?
Oh.
Because every time you say it, I think Tamagotchi.